To all, in my first video of class 7 science chapter 2 nutrition in animals. I am Dr. Kailash Meena going to explain the mode of nutrition in animals as well as the human digestive system in brief in this section. So first we need to have a look on these pictures, and here I want to convey the different modes of nutrition in animals. So here we can see that animals are dependent on plants for their nutritional requirements in first two pictures, and in the third picture this animal or lion is dependent on herbivore or this zebra for its nutritional requirements. So we can say that plants are either directly or indirectly depends on plants for their nutrition requirements. So what is nutrition? We already have discussed in our previous videos of class 7th science chapter 1 nutrition in animals, and you also have learned those nutrients in your class 6th previous class, so class 6 science. So let's have a brief look at that. So this is a brief activity for you all to recall those nutrients and write down in a page or in a copy if you have any pen or paper. If you don't, then keep in mind and recall. I will take these nutrients later in this section. So let's have a look on this picture. This picture is summarizing the essence of nutrition, which we have discussed in chapter 1 and which we are going to discuss in this chapter 2. That plants are having their nutrition by making their own food, as they are autotrophs by the process of photosynthesis, and animals are heterotrophs as they are dependent on plants and other animals for their food. So finally, no matter if plants are autotrophs or animals are heterotrophs, ultimately they are going to use that food within their cells for burning as fuel, and then they are extracting energy from that fuel to survive, to reproduce, to healing wounds, to grow, and to perform any type of task. So in this picture we are seeing that there is a plants, there is one animal, and here we can see the components which we already have discussed in chapter 1, which are oxygen from atmosphere, sugar, the symbols we already have discussed, sugar and energy molecules. And here we can see two types of cells which we have elementary idea in chapter 1 of. One is the blue color one is the animal cell, and the green color one is the plant cell. So in the cells of plants and animals, which this picture shows, these cells are using oxygen from atmosphere and sugar or carbohydrates or food molecules from food, and then producing energy and carbon dioxide and water. Here we are showing energy as ATP molecules. We will learn more about ATP molecules in higher classes. Here we need to have an idea that ATP is energy coin for our cells. Ultimately every food or every food item is going to convert in ATP, our body or the cells of our body are using energy in the form of ATP everywhere. So I will narrate you these statements for you. Animals get their food directly or indirectly from plants. Animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, mode of taking food, and its utilization in the body, and the process of digestion, the process by which complex food substances are broken down into simpler substances is called the digestion. So here are some pictures which are giving you an idea that although there are two types of nutrition we have discussed in animals as herbivory or carnivory, but there are several means by taking foods. You can see in these pictures. The first picture is of course showing plants having food from sunlight, but plants are not today's topic. Today's topic is different modes of nutrition in animals. So here is one table which is taken as it is from NCERT book, and there it was labeled as activity 2.1, and here are three columns in this table: name of animal, kind of food, and mode of feeding. So name of animal were given in the book, and we need to discover or we need to search about what kind of food they are eating, what is the mode of feeding. But here I have completed this table for you. You can have a look at this table, and the animals which are the names of animal which are given here. I have arranged few pictures for those animals if you want to have a look. Now next, our most important topic is the digestive system in human beings. So before discussing the process of digestion, we need to have a look on the machinery which is designed for the process of digestion. So the digestive system is a tube like structure, very long and coiled tube like structure from mouth to anus. The initial opening of this structure is called as mouth, and the final opening of this tube is called as anus. This is the mouth, the initial opening, and this is the anus, the final opening. And in between there are several structures. Some structures are tube like, some structures are sac like, some structures are oval chambers, but all these structures are like a closed compartment with coiled tubes. And this structure, this long structure is called as human alimentary canal or human digestive tract. And along with this alimentary canal, there are other structures also involved in the process of digestion. These structures are making or secreting or providing some fluids, having some chemicals which helps in digestion. So here we can see these structures. The first structure is the salivary glands. Here we can see the glands surrounding the buccal cavity. Next are liver. You can see this liver with gallbladder. We will discuss gallbladder also when we will discuss the function of liver. And finally the stomach, sorry, not the stomach, finally the pancreas adjacent with the stomach. So human alimentary canal is composed of two things, the digestive tract and the glands. So first have a look on the digestive tract. So the human digestive tract or alimentary canal can be divided into various compartments. These compartments are the buccal cavity. This is the buccal cavity. Food pipe or esophagus. See, this is the food pipe. Stomach. Here comes the stomach, this sac like structure. Small intestine. See this coiled tube like structure, very lengthy tube like structure is small intestine. Large intestine, this structure is large intestine. Then rectum and the anus. So this is the rectum and this is the anus. Okay, we will discuss all these compartments when we will discuss the process of digestion step by step. So let's have a look on the glands. So what are the glands? The food components gradually get digested as food travels through the various compartments. The inner wall of the stomach and the small intestine and the various glands associated with the canal such as salivary glands, the liver and the pancreas, these three glands are discussed here, secrete digestive juices. So here we can see that not only the digestive glands but also the inner wall of small intestine and stomach and also secrete some digestive juices, and these digestive juices contains strong digestive enzymes. Enzymes are chemicals which helps in digestion, which helps in digestion of food. So the digestive juices convert complex substances of food into simpler ones. See, we will see the process of digestion as breaking down into small things. So this digestion involves two steps. First, physical digestion. See, if we have large chunks of food in our mouth, we will chew them in our buccal cavity, and if we are not able to chew them completely, then they go straight to our stomach, and then our stomach do the rest of the job. It will smash it and make the small as small as can possible. Like finally our food becomes like fluid like, completely fluid like, and then when our food becomes in this stage, then the chemical digestion happens. What is chemical digestion? See, we know about I have discussed about molecules and atoms in our previous videos. So ultimately this universe or these anything is composed of atoms and molecules. So if you are going to break down anything, breaking down, finally it will converted into its component molecule. So the breaking down of molecules at the molecular level is called chemical digestion, and there this digestive juice helps. So digestive juices converts large molecules into small molecules and smaller molecules, and those small molecules are absorbed by our digestive tract. So our human digestive system not only digests the food, but it also absorbs that food, because we need our food to grow, to reproduce, to survive, to heal our wounds, to perform many tasks. So we need that food, but our digestive system is providing that food in that form we can observe. Finally this food will get absorbed by our digestive system, then it will reach to our all our cells through the our circulatory system, which is blood and heart and some vessels. So and I am telling you one thing also, that in these compartments which we have discussed, the mouth, buccal cavity, esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, the rectum and the anus. The small intestine is the compartment which is very lengthy, which is very long. The name is small, but the organ is very big. Why we call it small intestine? Because of its width, not its length. So the small intestine is the place where most of the digestion happens, and small intestine is also the place where most of the absorption happens. See, so the function of human digestive system is to digest food completely, to break it in smaller in smaller pieces, and finally in smaller molecules by the process of physical and chemical digestion. And finally our digestive system is going to absorb that food, and that food is reaching our is going to reach our cells, and then which I have discussed, that our cells are using that food for providing energy in the form of ATP molecules. This is I wanted to convey by this presentation. So I have a small assignment for you before I will make the next video on human digestive process, that you need to see in the mirror your buccal cavity, and you before doing this activity you must wash your hands, and then after washing your hands you need to feel your teeth, and you need to count your teeth, and you need to feel the shape of your teeth, and you can note it down in your notebook how many types of teeth and how many numbers of teeth you have. See, you can if you will see yourself in mirror, and then you will be able to differentiate the type of teeth, that upper jaw, your upper jaw and your lower jaw have different types of teeth, and each type of teeth have many may have could have been may have 1 number, 2 number, 3 number, 4 number. You have to discover that. So this is the again this is the activity from your NCERT book, which is activity 2.2, means the second activity of chapter 2, which is nutrition in animals. So you can read that guidance also. Then I will ask I will take this example first before the discussing of the process of human digestion in our next video. So thank you so much for your patient listening, and I will make my next video on the topic of digestion, the process of digestion in humans. So this diagrams depicts the process of digestion in humans, and here you can see the slightly uncoiled digestive system. So and there are some captions also, which are describing the name and the functions and many other things about these compartments. and let's do not bother about the details which are provided here. We need to consider only few details from these descriptions. So we will meet in the next video. Thank you so much.